1300 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has expressed his government's commitment for early completion of reforms process in power sector. 7 deaths have been reported from coronavirus during the last 24 hours. At the United Nations, Pakistan has renewed its call for redoubling efforts to achieve sustainable development goals. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police arrested 3 innocent youth in Rajouri district today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has expressed his government's commitment for early completion of reforms process in power sector aimed at providing low-priced and uninterrupted power supply to the people. He was presiding over a review meeting in Islamabad on the ongoing reforms process for supply of low-cost and uninterrupted electricity to the consumers. The Prime Minister said country cannot meet the potential of economic development as reforms in power sector, considering the modern trends and growing domestic and industrial needs, were neglected in the past. The meeting discussed in detail the roadmap for power sector reforms with a particular focus on supply of inexpensive and undisturbed electricity to the consumers. Minister for Federal Education Shafqat Mahmood says health of students is our top priority and any decision we make will be guided by the advice of Health Ministry. In a tweet today, he said 6 months closure deeply affected the students and decision to open schools was taken with great care. He said any hasty decision to close institutions will destroy education. 645 new cases of coronavirus have surfaced in the country after the tests of 35,720 people over the last 24 hours. 7 deaths have also been reported from the virus during this period. According to the latest statistics, 292,044 people have so far recovered from the disease. There are now 6,572 active cases in the country. The number of coronavirus cases across the world has crossed 30.6 million, while the pandemic has claimed more than 956,400 lives so far. The United States is the worst hit country with over 6.9 million cases and 203,100 deaths, followed by India with over 5.3 million cases and over 85,600 deaths. More than 22 million patients stand recovered. Germany has lauded Pakistan's efforts to mitigate the socio-economic impacts of the coronavirus pandemic and create conducive conditions for the students to resume educational activities. In an interview, German ambassador to Pakistan Berhad Shahadiq said it is the happiest moment to see that kids are back to schools after a 6 months break due to the novel coronavirus crisis in the country. He said German government has upscaled its support to the local Pakistani government in their fight against the pandemic. At the United Nations, Pakistan has renewed its call for redoubling efforts to achieve sustainable development goals aimed at ending poverty, fighting inequalities, and tackling climate change. The call was given by Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations and President of United Nations Economic and Social Council, Munir Akram, while speaking at a high-level side event of General Assembly. Munir Akram underscored that highest priority is to control coronavirus pandemic, which has inflicted unparalleled human suffering. He also stressed the need to find ways to bridge the digital divide between the developed and the developing countries. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for political will and bold action to achieve sustainable development goals. In his opening remarks at the SDG Moment 2020, Guterres called for action in 3 crucial areas: finance, COVID-19 recovery, and ambition. He said we must address immediate, medium, and long-term financing challenges that developing countries face. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police arrested 3 innocent Kashmiri youth in Rajouri district today. The youth were arrested during a cordon and search operation launched in Gurjanbala area of the district. China has warned the US of unspecified countermeasures after Washington banned downloads of several mobile apps in the country. In a statement, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce said it will take necessary measures to safeguard legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.